he'll be thrilled if I knock on his dressing room door.
Hello.
And it's Barry in.
Right, do you want another question?
Yes, let's go for it.
Number 11.
I know. What's your favourite lager?
That sounded like a Northern Andy Bell.
His name's James, right? And he sounds like James McCartney.
Oh, is that what James McCartney sounds like?
Doesn't he?
I don't know.
Stuff like that.
My favourite lager, Peroni.
Has it always been? No.
No.
Red Stripe, wasn't it, for years?
No, Red Stripe for ages. But Peroni. If I'm going to the supermarket and like my 10-year-old said, "Dad, get some lager," I'll get some Peroni.
So it's good for kids.
Well, yeah,
because it's little. And bottle.
Yeah. I'll say, "What do you want the twist off stuff?" He said, "Go on then."
Go on then.
So I'll get him some like twist off Budweiser, just so he don't go mad. But
when you say something like that on the radio, does then Peroni send you a load of beer?
I remember I was at a party once up in Scotland, and the paparazzi were outside this hotel, and they wouldn't let look. They'll leave if you go out. So I went out and had a pint of Tennent's, and I got sent a lot of Tennent's over that, and they were actually going to give me a special phone number. They were going to put a fridge in the studio. I didn't have a studio at the time, but if you guys, they were going to put a fridge in the studio, and then I was going to have a special phone number that when it run out, they just send it down.
Oh, you didn't do it, and you
but
didn't.
I don't. Yeah. Well, no. I'm not really big on Tennent's. I mean, I drink anything, but I'm really into cider at the minute.
Yeah, this is interesting. So you're into it's like a sort of...
It's organic kind of...
Is it fizzy or like cloudy, that sort of flat cider?
It's not flat, it's not cloudy, but it's not kind of crystal clear like...
Sediment?
Sediment?
Is there sediment in it? Because with the like Somerset proper like ciders...
Don't live in Somerset.
No, but I'm saying ciders from down cider country, there's some sediment in it.
No, there's no sediment. There's no. You mean like a load of gravel at the bottom of the glass?
Gravel, but like bits of apple or like
bits of apple.
Bits of
apple. Oh, Mick Jagger. Oh, they got apple in that cider.
It's cloudiness. It's from apples. That's come from the apples. I bet.
How does that signify cloudiness?
That is well, people can't see that, thank God. But it was a gesture of an upturned spider wiggling its legs.
It's not cloudy. There is no sediment. It's nice. It has a weird, not weird. It has an interesting, whatever the opposite of aftertaste is, pre-taste. It's kind of like, that's a bit weird.
As a pre-taste, what you can taste it before you
moves
through time.
Well, an aftertaste is like, you taste it 4 months after, innit, when you just go, wow, hang on a minute. Oh, that curry's gone fruity, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's got an initial, hang on a minute, that's interesting. And then that goes, and then you just bang into falling around then and arm wrestling with the cat.
Is it, do you have it with ice?
Yes.
Yeah. 4
ice cubes.
Oh, God.
1 for each child.
You've only got 3 children.
Oops. Right, let's play a tune. Gonna play now Keep On Keeping On by NF Porter, and this is a great old Northern soul tune. Could be from the 70s, sounds like it's from the 60s though. It's got a great riff in it that Joy Division lifted for one of their best tunes on Unknown Pleasures. I can't think of which one it is, but as we're playing it, we'll dig out that Joy Division tune. This is NF Porter and Keep On Keeping On. There you go. Keep On Keeping On by NF Porter. And the tune, the Joy Division tune where they lifted that riff from, it's called Interzone, I believe. Apparently whoever was managing them at the time said, "Am I that punk stuff? I'll be doing stuff like this, mate." And they went, "All right, we'll show you." And they did it. Some might say it's a better version, Interzone. It's a tune, though. Anyway, that's a tune. NF Porter, keep on keeping on. What were we talking about before the break?
We were talking about being in Cana or something, weren't we? I think we were, we were talking about your favourite lager. It's all sort of booze
What's
related.
your favourite lager? You don't drink lager, do you?
Well,
you went through a weird phase. I remember
gluten-free.
before you went vegan or whatever it is you are now.
Not vegan.
Well, you went. Where did you go? Gluten free.
Yeah, but that's not a choice, darling.
What?
It's not a choice.
Well, before you did that,
Yeah,
you were like, I can't drink Guinness, or I can't drink Guinness, I can't drink that. Have you got any water?
no, I never went through that stage.
You couldn't.
I was never asking for water.
You were drinking Guinness though, at one point, and then you couldn't drink it because your
Never.
little tummy started crying one night.
No.
Can't drink anymore.
No, I used to drink
I
Stella.
know what you used to drink. You used to drink Magnus cider because, as everybody knows, there was one can of it on the rider for over 2 years.
Just one can.
Bottle,
He
actually. Bottle.
didn't want me to get drunk. No, I used to drink cider, but I used to drink Scrumpy Jacks, Strongbow, anything. Any old cider. What? I wasn't shaking
He
hands.
always used to do this thing, right, when we used to go out. Whereas we'd go to a gig or something, and then we'd end up back at like the Firehouse or the Groucho or something, and we'd all pile in there. And as the drinks started to arrive, regularly someone would come up and say, "Who ordered burger and chips?"
He's always having a go at me.
And you're like, what? Hang on a minute. No one's ordered food. And then right from the back you'd hear, "Oh, I did. It was me. It's burger and chips." And then you'd have like chips and tomato sauce on a table while you'd, trying to nobly get rat-arsed.
Yeah, but that's
on a
the
Tuesday.
tactical. I just get hungry about 1. Sometimes we were drinking from about 6 p.m.
Oh, Katie, I tell you what, let's not eat now. Let's wait till we go to the gig because we'll get him to buy it when he gets
He'll
to
be
the
drunk.
Groucho
He
later.
won't even
He'll be
remember.
drunk. He won't even know.
2 burgers each. No, I'd have my tea and then go out drinking, and then about 1 in the morning, you'd think, I need
See,
to eat something.
I can't. Can you drink while you're out having it? I can't do it. I can't even eat.
No, you can eat.
Yeah.
You can. No, I can't. I can't eat. I can't eat 3 hours before I go out.
That's weirder than like you're meant to line your stomach, then you go out, and then if you're hungry,
Not
like,
if you're Irish,
why
mate.
do kebab shops make a trade at past 11 o'clock?
Nope. So I can't. It's one or the. I can't multitask. No, I don't even like going out for dinner and then going out. I hate that. I'd rather go for dinner and just stay in the restaurant till they throw you out. Than going out, you've had creme brulee and you're all chili sauce.
You're having to go at me for being a fusspot. Well,
Loads
anyway.
of Fargois, all of that.
Yeah, all
but,
that stuff.
But no, I can't. No, I don't like doing it. I like if I'm going out, then it's a kind of like a Thursday night. Right, we're out. The lads are out. I'll have a big lunch, but a late one as well, about 5. And then by the time it gets to 8, mate,
So when do you eat
like
again?
Rocky.
When do you
dancing
eat
into the
again? Next
Firehouse.
day, hungover. You have breakfast.
Yeah.
And would you have a big breakfast?
No. What?
No, I have a little bit of avocado on
Are we
toast.
going to list our breakfast regimes? If I list mine, will you list yours?
Yeah.
So, I have for breakfast fruit and plain yogurt.
Well, even if you're hungover and you haven't eaten
Yeah.
since-
Oh, yeah. I'm a man of routine. I never break the routine. And 3 pieces of toast. And I cut those 3 pieces into... I'll have one, and then... So I have one with peanut butter on, and then half the one... So
These triangles or rectangles? Well, how are you cutting these?
I cut them into little fun-sized bits. So I have 1.5 slices with peanut butter on, smooth peanut butter,
Yeah.
and then I have the other 1.5 with butter and Marmite, also cut into little fun-sized bites, and a cup of tea. That's breakfast, and that does me till about 3 or 4. Then I start getting in a fury about 3. And then lunch is whatever I fancy. What do you have?
And hang on, that's every day. That's just
every day.
No matter what's happened.
I'd probably be the most easiest man to poison. Should anybody want to poison me?
And how, what would happen if you didn't have smooth peanut butter or Marmite or something? Would you just start banging your head on the wall and freaking out?
No. If I break the routine, I rarely break it. I can't begin to tell you how much of a creature of habit I am. I eat the same things every day.
At the same times?
give or take, 45 minutes, and I'll eat them for months, years, until I get sick of them, and then go on to something else.
That's weird.
Why is it weird?
Because it's weird.
Why?
Like, all right, it's weird because people need variation. That's weird that you don't have variation. It's weird that you get so stuck in it that you basically can't deal with the world unless
Ask yourself this. Would you rather have various breakfasts, okay, and never have had 12 number one albums in a row?
Back
or would
to the
you
arrogance.
rather have the same breakfast every day and sit at the kitchen table knowing that you're a record breaker?
I'd rather have all the number ones and the success and a different breakfast every day.
Well, that's not how it works.
Otherwise, it'd be just like
That's
a
not how it
grim
works.
prison of little
You start
triangles
messing
and
around with your
marks.
breakfast routine, you cannot be inspired by anything else.
Really? Maybe this is good advice for creative people.
Okay then, Master Chef, what do you have every morning?
Bacon. No, I can't.
You can't have bacon. Your stomach could
I
cry
have
its
bacon
arse
and
off.
eggs, or I have Spanish tortilla, like eggs and potato thing, which you can just get from Sainsbury's. Not that I make it. I'm saying I don't make it. Sometimes scrambled egg with some spinach.
Spinach? Spinach? Yeah, are you spelling spinach? SPINIDGE.
All right, sorry,
that it?
spinach. Do you want me to get onto your pronunciation?
Spinach.
Can you say
Spinach.
for the people at home? Can you say cherry tomatoes?
I can't. I'm going to say it. Cherry tomatoes.
Cherry tomatoes. No, I have different breakfasts, but I am limited. I can't have any sort of cereals. Can't have toast unless I have gluten-free bread, but that's horrible.
Gluten-free bread is
It's like a prop.
rubbish.
It's not worth eating.
Neil, are you brave enough to throw your breakfast regime in?
It's porridge and coffee.
It's typical, spoken like a true indie kid. Porridge and coffee. There's probably an
and
indie
coffee.
band called that playing in a
Blur
pub
song,
right
isn't
now.
it? Yes.
Should we do a question?
Well, I was just wondering if it's like being in the military, right? When you're a band, you're on tour, everything is scheduled. You're given certain things.
I know where
right?
you're going with this.
So what's happened is you've spent your life on tour, living out of a bag with your little wash bag and your little breakfast and your little what time's our call and all that. And so you've got institutionalised. You're in many ways like a soldier, but an extremely cowardly one who's
soldier.
never been in a war, who simply just demanded certain things on his toast in the morning. Would you say that's fair?
Well, going on tour, that's you're entering into a world of chaos anyway, because hotels, the regime, whatever regime I'm living under at that time, goes out the window because your body clock's all over the place. So, and you're reading a menu in an hotel and going, I'm having a bacon sandwich this morning. I don't care what anyone says. So I do. All bets are off on tour. I will, and have done. Got involved with an omelette on tour.
I bet you have.
And when they say, "What would you like in it?" Remember somebody said that to me once in America for the first time, and I was like, "What? What? Eggs?" They were like,
I want and let. Did you say that?
"What fillings do you want, sir?" I was like, "What have you got?" And then 4 hours later, when he stopped listening, I was just like, "Can I just have eggs on toast, mate, or what?"
Yeah, but hang on. What I'm saying is like, when you come home, the fact that you stick. So basically, tour is chaos. So when you come home, you stick rigidly.
Yeah.
Okay.
To a
I thought
yeah.
it was the other way around. I thought tour was like regimented.
Well, it is in the sense that the gig happens at the same time every night, and there is a kind of routine, but your home comforts are out the window. I mean, people they don't know how hard it is. They don't know how.
A teddy.
This is Radio X, and you're listening to Noel Gallagher, assisted by Matt Morgan, and Neil Anuxdad.
Yep.
Right. What did you have some questions you wanted to ask me?
Well, there's a few things I'd like to ask you. Shall I just rattle them off?
Well, what is it? Quickfire?
We can do it quick fire.
I don't want to do quick fire.
Let's do it quick fire. In 2025, you know, when you get the song rights all back. We talked about this recently.
Yeah.
Have you thought any more about you're going to sell them all and become uber rich, or are you going to hang on to them for artistic integrity?
Artistic integrity? What's that?
Exactly.
No, I'm hell-bent on buying a super yacht.
Is that a joke, or are you going to do that? No,
I'm going to call it Mega White Thing.
You are.
I am.
Because we spoke about this.
Neil's laughing.
It's a joke.
Right?
Oh, I thought it was a joke.
No, it's not a joke.
Okay.
No. I love being at sea. I love it. And ironically, I can't swim, right? But there's nothing better than horsing around on a boat.
I can't. When you say I love being at sea, you've only been at sea on like a
Not
nice
been at sea.
yacht.
Okay, let me
in nice weather.
Let me qualify this.
You'll be in
Not
Davy
in
Jones'
a dinghy,
locker in a
right?
day.
Or like sailing around the world with a tin of beans. It's on someone else's super yacht with a chef and all that.
Even in
There's
those
nothing better than
yachts,
that.
If the weather's bad.
Well, what? The weather's bad.
If the weather's bad and you're on a super yacht, it's still bad, isn't it? It's still like you're still rocking all over the place.
No, because not on mine it won't be, because I'll say to the captain, El Capitano, let's go to the nearest port.
So you're just going to like go
drop
around,
anchor,
right?
And go and have it, Ron.
Right. So would most of the partying be on the yacht or on the
non-stop party for 5 years?
But on the yacht or on the sort of harbours and nice places like Saint-Tropez?
It'd probably split it equally. Probably be a lot of partying on the boat.
Would you let randoms come back to the boat?
Well, if by randoms you mean fit birds, then
And I
yes. Yes.
But they always bring
But
them.
if by randoms you mean fellas, then probably not.
Would you ever set sail before they woke up in the morning and tell them they've started a new life with you on Mega White Thing?
I don't know. The captain of the ship would be quite cool. It'd have to be like a bit of a dude.
But then they have a lot of rules. I don't know if you've ever watched Below Deck, the reality show set on a super yacht. But
What do you think?
It's good. You'd like it. It's on Netflix. But there's a lot of rules. They can't. There's the rules of the seas.
Well, all right. Well, that's nothing to do with me. There won't be many rules on the boat apart from, don't make a mess. And
Do you tell people that as they come up the gangplank? Right.
no, there'd be a big flashing sign.
Don't make a mess.
Don't make a mess, or thou shalt walk the plank.
Did you ever go on a jet ski?
Never been on a jet ski.
Because you can't swim. But even with a life jacket, would you not?
I've often seen people messing around on them and thought I'd probably be able to do that, but I don't know. You hear horror stories of people breaking their collarbones and all that.
I think if you can't swim, it's just stay away from it. But I thought this was a joke about the yacht.
No, not at all.
You're doing it.
No. Well, yeah.
Would you have a chopper on it?
No. I'm gonna do it, and if I don't do it, I'm gonna rent one for a year, and I'm gonna sail around the canal in Maida Vale.
Will you buy a little captain's hat?
I've already bought it,
I bet you have.
and shorts that are just that little bit too short.
Oh, I'm coming.
Yeah.
On the yacht. 2025 then.
Well, the selling of the copyright. Yeah, I'm interested in selling it. Only to further my fantasy of buying a super yacht.
Couldn't you afford a super yacht now? I'm sure
No.
you could. Well, you could afford to rent one.
Yeah, maybe I suppose, but no. They're like a lot of money. The ones I'm talking about are a lot of money.
100 million.
About that, yeah.
Really?
You'd say, wouldn't you? I mean, I don't.
You've got the staff. You got the crew.
Yeah.
I think they call them.
I'm definitely
Let's
going to.
see.
Definitely. I think I deserve it.
You really do.
I do. I think. I mean, you laugh, right?
Yeah.
And you laugh. All right, laugh because you won't be coming on it now.
I am coming on it.
You're not coming on it.
Go on.
No, you can.
Be no
You
trouble.
can work the little speedboat that brings you from the boat to the
Yeah,
shore.
that's quite an important job, actually.
You could be that guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. 2025. I guess I'm kind of waiting until we get to 2025 and see how I feel.
If it comes to like selling those rights, is that like that would take a few years to actually arrange, or is it like quick? Like there'd be buyers straight away. You could just do it.
The buyer could sell it now if I wanted.
Right.
Because
Okay.
you
Well,
just.
this was meant to be quick fire questions.
All right, well, fine.
Tattoos. I know you don't like them. You don't like them on
I don't. I see.
people in
I
general.
I just think, right, when you see lads mainly with like loads of tattoos, like those footballers, right?
Full arm sleeves.
Yeah, the tattoo on the leg, right, that's particularly stupid, isn't it?
Oh, I like tattoos. I'm into it.
You haven't even got any. Oh, you have. So I've never noticed them before. The tattoo on the leg. Your missus is full of tattoos.
Yeah.
She's, for some reason, your missus looks cool with tattoos. I don't like tattoos on birds with tattoos on their feet. Get that sorted out. Put some socks
Well,
on.
my question is, I know you don't like tattoos, but if you had to have one, what would it be and where on your body?
Under what circumstances would one have to have a tattoo?
In a sort of, imaginary world of this question, someone's got a gun to your head. They say, you've got to have a tattoo.
You tattoo now.
Now, what is it?
What is it?
And then they'll go, but we've got one of the best artists here to help you. Sorry about the gun thing. And then you can do anything.
Well, I'll probably do something.
Man City.
Yeah, maybe a Lancashire rose, and I haven't got the brain capacity to even think of things like that. What yours is? What is yours? A mad leopard? What is it?
That's my son's name. That's an M. That's a lion.
Right.
Rampant
What's
lion.
the lion? What's that? Do you think you're like
It's
as
like
brave as a lion? Is that what you think?
I'm a Leo, so there's a connection to lions. I just liked it. It was in a history book, and I liked it. Although some
Why there?
Because I like it. I can say to you, why have you got that hair? Why have you got that little jacket?
I was born with this hair.
Why have you got that strange little ring on your finger?
Ooh, that ring's amazing. Lots of
I know,
people ask
we
me
all-
about this ring.
yes, we know.
But what? Right.
Somebody
my-
once said they thought that was Peugeot.
Lloyd's Bank.
And Chelsea, I get that, even though Chelsea, as I tell them, the line's facing the other
Right.
way.
But here's my point about tattoos. When you get to like 70,
No, this is not true, this. I know what you're going to say.
what am I going to say?
They look rubbish and they're all blurry and saggy and you'll look stupid.
But surely, like a young guy or buff, full of with his
Vim and
life
vigour.
with his life in front of him.
Yeah.
You know, it's a thing, right? You see
Yeah.
it, they look quite whatever. But when you're like 70 and, all decrepit and old and got massive ears and a big nose and hair growing out of your ear holes, it's a bit stupid, doesn't it?
No, I don't. I think, well, there's
And
some
that's for
cool
women.
people.
When
With,
women get to 75 and they got tattoos, I mean, good God.
nah, it's an old-fashioned stance.
Well, I am old-fashioned.
But anyway,
Traditional, I think you're fine.
you're having what? A Yorkshire Rose?
No, if the tattooist has got a gun to my
Like
head.
gun to your head, they say, if you have a tattoo, we'll give you a super yacht.
Oh, I'd have a massive over the top royal crest on my back that just said mega mega white thing.
Well, there you go. And that'd be good.
But it takes 6 months to complete.
Yeah, but you could have the artist with you on the yacht. So you could
That's a good idea.
start enjoying the yacht.
That's a good idea. Like a floating tattoo parlour.
Have 2-hour sessions like
A
when he's
day.
doing the shading.
What do you think of the tattoo on the face?
I mean, I wouldn't go for it. I know I've got a couple of mates with tattooed
Really?
faces. Yeah.
What's
well,
the
no, they've got
thinking-
like where it comes onto
What's
their
the thing?
face.
What's
a bit.
what's the thinking behind that?
It's just in it. It's like if you're into like metal, as those people are, and
What
they're
if you're
and
into
it's
wood?
in a
Or
carpenter.
brushed aluminium.
My friends are into metal, and like it's just part of that culture. So it's not like, oh, why's he done that to his face? It's just part of the culture. Although I
Yeah,
did
like
know
that-
the bass player from Electric Wizard. I think his name was Taz, and he had a fully
course it
tattooed
was.
face.
Name's not going to be Barry, is it? Or Colin?
Taz,
Taz.
but he
Slap that ting, Taz.
children used to cry on
Huh?
children used to cry on aeroplanes when they saw his face, and that
Why?
made him, because he's fully tattooed. His face was covered in like one whole big
Stupid,
tattoo.
isn't it? I don't get it. Like Cheryl Cole with an arse tattoo.
That was
bunch
weird.
of
When it
roses.
looks like she's sat in
Is
something.
that real though? Do you think that's real or was that?
Yeah, of course it was.
You're nodding like you've seen it.
That wasn't a good tattoo. Right. Anyway, should we pick up the energy?
Yes.
Should we play a song?
Yeah. Okay. Now. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
here we go.
I'm going to
Granddad's
dedicate
back.
this to you, Matt.
Granddad's back on the
I'm going
jukebox.
to dedicate. This is a song by a 70s outfit called Primitive Man.
Mm.
It's called Animal Love. It's about animals having sex with each other.
My next question is, you said you were going to cover In Bloom by Nirvana,
No, I didn't. You suggested that I do it.
and you said, yeah, I might have a go at that tomorrow.
But I was drunk at the time.
I was drunk too. That's not an
Well,
excuse.
Okay.
All right, okay.
No,
You're not going to do that?
I don't think so. I'm doing a couple of covers at the minute for various radio stations. Doing a Bob Dylan one. Very good.
You've done a Bob Dylan one as well.
I'm doing another
recently. Another one.
Someone said to me once, why have you chosen this song? Like, because it's 1 minute and 50 seconds long. Because it's short. No, In Bloom, not for me.
All right. What are your 5 most important best ofs? Talking of best ofs, if you had to educate a child, a young person on music, and you can only give them best ofs, what are you giving them?
So the 2 essential ones is the Beatles, the red one and the blue one, 1961 to 1966, and then 1967 to 1970. They're essential. So 3 left, right?
I could count that as 1,
Okay, all right.
unless you go this slow, and then I'll count it as 2.
Then the sound of the Smiths.
Right.
There's a Jam one. Is it the story of the Jam? I Snap actually by the Jam.
Right. 4.
Who?
Stop the clocks.
Oh,
Stop the clocks.
we're going to pick my own.
Well, you might. I mean, you're educating the person.
All right, back the way we came then.
All right.
Volume 1. How many more have I got?
Well, we won't count yours. I'll let you have that. Right. So you've got 1 more left.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, your artwork is based on.
The Bee Gees, yes, the best of the Bee Gees, but they've got a few. You see, there's not the Bee Gees have got like Bob Dylan's got loads of best stuff, so there's not really a definitive one. Whereas the Beatles is a definitive one, High Flying Birds is a definitive one. The Rolling Stones have got a few as well, so it's tricky. What's the one? The Essential or the Who, the Ultimate Collection.
Right.
There you go. Do you like the Who?
Yeah.
I love the Who. So that'd be it.
Cool.
Thank you.
No Led Zeppelin.
Thank you. Any more?
You now live in the countryside.
Who are?
You did live in the city.
All right.
That's the 2 characters I was working on. The country guy and the city guy. What do you prefer about which? No, hang on. That's not English.
In a
What
word,
do you-
in
What do you like about each of those things?
one thing, or can I give
Well,
you?
actually, which one do you prefer?
Well, I do tend to go off living in the country after a couple of years, but it's nice to get away. The thing about the city is Deliveroo, the firehouse,
that's a club.
the shops,
It's not into fire
and
engines.
the restaurants and the theatres and all that. The culture is great.
When were you last in a theatre?
I was last in a theatre, a few years ago, but every time I go to the theatre, I always end up saying to myself, I should do this more often because it is great. I can't remember what it was we went to see. Oh, someone Sienna Miller was in and Jack O'Connell. I was going to say hat on a hot tin roof, but it was actually cat on a hot tin roof.
Right, yeah.
I think that's what it was anyway. Or was it Streetcar Named Desire?
Get on with it.
One
Do
of
you like
them.
the
One of
country or
them.
the city?
So the culture I like of the city, but the countryside, the peace and quiet and the space
And the cider.
and the cider. And I think I find when I'm in the country, I don't get, if I'm in the city and I sometimes get bored staying in the city because you feel like you should be out.
Yeah.
Whereas in the country, you kind of completely switch off and you're just like, well, there's nothing to do anyway, so I'm just going to sit here and stare out the window.
Where do you write best?
Anywhere.
Doesn't affect you.
No, I can write. While I'm walking about.
Can you? Not with a
Yeah.
guitar, just prowling around London.
No, I don't. Well, no. If I'm working on a song, if I get stuck on it, I often will go for a walk, and getting away from the guitar will free my mind of thinking. I wrote Holy Mountain while I was walking around. Actually, coming around the corner from what's it called? Which is one of the back. You know where Selfridges is? There's that square. There's like there's a garden in there.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you have your lunch if you work in.
Like that.
Yeah, Selfridges.
Like that. Coming around that corner. The bulk of it.
There'll be
So
a blue plaque there
stick
within
that
a
in your
week.
pipe and smoke it.
Do you want some more questions?
Yeah, hit me with some questions, big boy.
These are my questions.
Oh, okay.
So they're just going to be in my voice.
You're looking very glamorous today. I mean, I know you've got a beard and you look like a bit of a tramp, but your hair's looking
Glamorous
good.
tramp?
Yes.
Well, you know, I didn't want to mention it, but once
You coloured it. Have you coloured your hair?
Of course I haven't.
You sure?
I've honestly never.
You're,
I have.
you're kind of growing into your face the older that you get.
Well, thank you for all these veiled insults.
Yeah.
No, but after lockdown, I used to just have really short hair, didn't I? But,
Yeah.
Well, actually, I used to have very long hair.
Yes.
I mean, what a fascinating journey I've been on.
Yeah.
But now I've got a bit of a style
it.
to my hair. Thank you.
Oh, it's looking good.
Thank you. Mate.
Anyway.
Right, Noel. Has anyone in the audience ever put you off?
There was one night, right, where I was in Cork and playing in a marquee outside, and there was one guy at the front, and he had the most annoying face that he put me in such a bad mood. But he had this kind. Obviously, you're not going to be able to see this on the radio, but he was right at the front. He was just like a big duh all the way through, but just like a massive big
His face didn't change.
no, and it was like.
Once
I
you'd
don't know.
seen
I don't
it.
know what, but it wound me up so much. I mean,
Will you throw a tambourine at him?
no. I didn't say anything, but I was actually putting me in a bad mood because he was staring straight at me all night, he didn't deviate from. If that speaker there is my face, he was just like, I didn't. It wasn't mad. It was a mad look. It did my head in.
Did you not say? Because normally you're quite vocal with the audience. You'll have a pop at them.
No. Am I? No.
Well, yeah.
I don't think so. I don't really think I say. Well, wait till you see the Nebworth gig. My God, I shut up. I was watching it the other day. I was like, all right, leave it. Oh wow.
What, you were talking a lot?
Yeah. Well, more than I should have been. Yeah.
See,
Yeah. I think I was just getting carried away because it was like the biggest thing ever. You know what I mean? Well, we've certainly enjoyed ourselves in the run up to that show. And afterwards,
I'm sure
you
you
can
did.
well imagine. Anyway, so yeah,
If there's a person in the audience, their face is annoying you.
Yeah.
What could you do? Could you talk to the lighting guy?
no, there's nothing you can do. You just have to kind of wear it and just get on with it. But
Yeah.
No, on the whole, my crowd is great actually, and it's got better, and the gigs have got better and better and better and better. And not like the band playing's always been great, but the reception from the fans. It's like I was saying at the top of this thing. I feel like we've finally arrived.
Yeah.
Yeah, over the during the pandemic. Yeah, amazing, right? Anyway, next.
All right. Next question. Have you ever wanted to rewrite a song differently years afterwards? So, like, not necessarily an Oasis song, but any sort of song that you've written where years later you think, if I'd have done that and had that chord change there and, like, see it differently.
I don't know specifically. I have reworked a few songs. When I do that acoustic thing, I've reworked them and thought. The famous one would be Wonderwall. When I heard Ryan Adams do it one night in Manchester when he did his version of it, and I was like, that's the version, that's it. It was a lot slower and a lot more bluesier, and but I couldn't have done that, you know.
Yeah,
I was little man.
But that wouldn't have been a
old hopped
massive
up on
hit.
the old on the good stuff, and trying to get to the end of it as quickly as possible.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been a hit though, Bryan Adams' version, would it? It would have been
no,
little
probably
indie
not.
hit.
No, but no, I do like to rework my songs, and you find something new in them. When I started doing the acoustic gigs and was reworking them, it was great. I loved it. Yeah.
No, so is there anything like lyrically where you think, oh, if I'd have said that there?
Well, lyrically, yes. I don't really. But yeah, some lyrics of mine are a bit questionable. But there were the times, you know what I mean? My songs, in my defence, my songs don't really need great lyrics because, frankly, the tunes are amazing.
Yes.
Thank you. So, right, shall we have a tune or a question? Tune or question? Question or tune? Tune or question? Okay.
Tune.
Right. Let's go for them bloody Bee Gees. Now, do you like the Bee Gees?
Yeah, I do. Right.
Why do you like them? Did you ever seen the documentary, the How Can You Mend a Broken Heart? Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, it's on Sky. It's amazing.
I used to like, Chain Reaction by Diana Ross.
Yep.
When I was a kid, I really loved that song. And there's a few,
Why?
it's beautiful. 60s-ish, and it's just good. Chain Reaction, the melody's really good. Diana Ross. Are you crazy?
I wouldn't say it was beautiful. I know the tune.
I love it.
I know the tune.
It was better than Jimmy and the Mr. Bronze or whatever you've been playing. And then someone goes, oh, the Bee Gees wrote that, and then you can hear him singing it. And then there's been so many songs where you go, oh yeah, the Bee Gees wrote that.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
Well, if you watch this documentary, honestly, I recommend it. It is unbelievable. You realise they were just writing hit after hit after hit for like 50 years or something.
Yeah.
It's like crazy, mad. And they're one of my favourite ever songwriters. And I met Barry at Glastonbury a few years back, and I don't do this often, but I happened to be backstage, and there was his name on a door, and I'd taken drinks on board, you know.
Okay.
I was on the way. I mean, essentially, I was fine, but I had taken alcohol, and I thought to myself, he's from Manchester. He'll be thrilled if I knock on his dressing room door.
Hello.
And it's Barry in. And his wife he's been married to for 105 years, answered the door, and she went, "Oh my God, no way!" And I said, "Is the big man in?" She said, "Yes, Barry." And we kind of went in, and there he was, you know, all 6'8" of him, in his cowboy boots and a blue guitar. And I got my phone out, and I was shocked. I got my phone out. I don't know why I did this, but I was kind of trying to prove I was a big fan. I was like, "Look, I've got all your tunes," kind of thing. And he was great. We sat down, had a 10-minute chinwag with him, and he was an amazing dude. And
Did you say, "Show me your phone. Show me the Oasis songs on your phone"? It was like, where's my phone? Where is that phone?
And met Robin once at Jules Holland. He was great.
Right.
I don't think I ever met Morris, but I love the Bee Gees. Anyway, this is the Bee Gees, and this is called "When the Swallows Fly." It's the Bee Gees there with "When the Swallow Flies." What do you think? You weren't even listening
like
to
it.
You were.
It was in the background. I was more
You-
worrying about my Five Guys order.
You were jotting down notes. Is what
Or
you
I
were
was
doing.
crossing out questions.
What
thinking
we're doing now.
Cannot ask him that.
Why not?
But-
You always say that. When I do your thing, you always go, "Oh, no, I can't ask that." And they're the kind of questions you want to be asked.
No, because I sometimes ask you questions. You go, move on. I'm not answering that.
Well, that's because they're usually about drugs or fucking
These
stuff
are the
like
ones that get moved on: drugs or sex. And it's like someone will, like, it's those questions. You know those questions people give you where they go like, "Would you rather have a vagina on your forehead or penises for fingers?
Penises for fingers. Easy.
He's gone for it. Normally, he won't do that.
That kind of nonsense ends up in the papers.
Noel Gallagher, penises for fingers.
Noel Gallagher says he's going to get his fingers chopped off and put 5 penises on there instead. Yeah.
Also, I just want to clear one thing up. We said about having the tattoo on Mega White thing. Don't get tattoos on a moving boat. I think it needs to be said.
What if you've dropped anchor?
Still rocking about, aren't you? It's got to be a very steady hand.
Surely a tattoo artist of years of experience would be able to adjust for a mildly lapping boat, super yacht.
You'd like to think so, but I mean, just go on the little harbour bit, I think.
Okay, right. Well, that's the tattoo out.
Radio X.